Every single moment, a decision is waiting for you. It's not loud or obvious. It doesn't announce itself with a grand declaration or a flashing neon sign. It whispers, soft and subtle, like a breeze that you can almost ignore. It sneaks up on you in the quiet seconds of your day, often when you least expect it. Do you take action, or do you let the moment slip by? Do you rise to the occasion, or do you retreat into the comfort of an excuse? These decisions are not just small choices. They are the building blocks of your future. You see, life is made up of these moments, these decisions that come in the form of small, seemingly insignificant choices, and yet they hold immense power. Every choice, every moment is a reflection of who you are and who you're becoming. The truth is, your life isn't determined by the big dramatic events that everyone sees. It's shaped by these quiet, everyday decisions that no one notices. And here's the truth. Life isn't easy. It's not meant to be. Challenges are a part of life's design. They exist to push you, to stretch you, to force you to grow beyond your current limitations. They test your character, your willpower, and your determination. And that's exactly why you need to embrace them, because within every challenge, every obstacle, every moment of struggle lies an opportunity, a chance to grow, a chance to build strength, a chance to prove to yourself that you're capable of far more than you've ever imagined. You're capable of things you've never even dreamed of. But opportunities don't come wrapped in a pretty package. They don't come with a bow on top, all neat and tidy. They come disguised as hard work, sweat, tears, late nights, and early mornings. They come wrapped in the form of failures, rejections, and setbacks. But most people miss them. Why? Because excuses are easier. Excuses are comfortable. They're like a cozy blanket that keeps you warm when the world is cold. They let you off the hook. They whisper in your ear, "It's okay to wait until tomorrow. It's okay to stay in your comfort zone. It's okay to let this moment pass by." But here's the thing about excuses. They may comfort you in the short term, but they cost you dearly in the long run. Excuses rob you of your potential. They steal your progress. They keep you stuck in the same place day after day, year after year. They trap you in a cycle of mediocrity, where nothing changes, nothing improves, and nothing grows. You wake up to the same problems, the same disappointments, the same stagnation. And every year you tell yourself that next year will be different, but it never is. But you were not made for mediocrity. You were made for greatness. You were made to rise above the excuses, to break free from the chains of fear, doubt, and procrastination. You were made to push past your limitations, to exceed expectations, and to prove to yourself that you're capable of achieving extraordinary things. You were designed for greatness, but greatness doesn't just happen. It's something you have to fight for. It's something you have to work for. It's something you have to earn, one decision at a time. But in order to do that, there's one fundamental truth you need to understand. Time is your greatest asset. Time is the one thing you can never get back. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how many connections you make, or how many opportunities come your way. Time is the one resource that is finite. It's the great equalizer. Every single person on this planet, whether they're rich, poor, famous, or unknown, gets the same 24 hours in a day. No one gets more time. No one gets less. Time is a gift, and how you choose to spend it will determine the life you live. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who settle for mediocrity isn't how much time they have. It's how they use the time they've been given. You have 86,400 seconds every single day. That's the same amount of time as the most successful people in the world. Every morning, you wake up with a fresh deposit of time in your account. How you spend it is up to you. You can spend it on things that bring you closer to your dreams, or you can waste it on distractions that keep you stuck. Think about that for a second. You have 86,400 seconds. And at the end of the day, the seconds you didn't use are gone. They're lost. There are no refunds. There's no next time for the time you didn't use, the time you wasted, the moments you let slip by. The world is full of distractions. Social media, Netflix, YouTube, endless scrolling, endless noise. It's all designed to steal your time. It's easy to get caught up in it. Hours pass, and you have nothing to show for it. You tell yourself that you'll get back to it tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. But winners don't let this happen. They guard their time fiercely. They understand that every second counts. Imagine this. Your time is like a bank account. Every day you're given 86,400 seconds. Every night, whatever you didn't use is gone. No rollovers, no refunds. It's gone. Forever. You can't get those seconds back. So how are you spending them? Are you investing it in your growth, your dreams, your future? Or are you wasting it on distractions, excuses, and things that don't matter? Winners understand that success isn't built in a day. It's built moment by moment, decision by decision, action by action. And that's why every single moment matters. Because it's in those moments, those decisions, that your future is shaped. But let's be real. We all know what stops most people from moving forward. Fear. Fear of failure. Fear of looking foolish. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of being judged. But here's what winners understand. Failure isn't the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success. Every successful person you admire, every person who has achieved greatness, has failed. Probably more times than you can count. And they didn't let it stop them. They didn't let it define them. They didn't quit when things got tough. They learned from it. They grew from it. They used failure as fuel to push even harder. Think about Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000 times before he invented the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he said, "I haven't failed. I've just found 1,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset of a winner. Winners don't fear failure. They embrace it. They see it as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to get better. Failure is just a stepping stone on the path to success. Without failure, there is no progress. Winners understand that every setback is just a setup for a comeback. Every failure is a lesson. Every obstacle is an opportunity to get stronger. When they fall, they don't stay down. They get back up. They keep moving forward. But losers let failure define them. They see failure as proof that they're not good enough, that they should quit, that they'll never succeed. And so, they stay where they are, safe but stuck. So what's holding you back? Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's doubt. Maybe it's the belief that you're not ready. But let me tell you something. You'll never feel ready. Readiness is a myth. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll be waiting forever. The perfect moment will never come. The conditions will never be just right. You will always have doubts, always have fears, always have reasons to hold back. Winners don't wait for the perfect moment. They create the perfect moment. They take action, even when they're scared. They take the first step, even when the path ahead is unclear. They know that action creates momentum, and momentum creates progress. But action alone isn't enough. You need discipline. Motivation is powerful, but it's fleeting. It's easy to feel motivated for a day or two, but what happens when the excitement fades? What happens when the alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and you'd rather stay in bed? Winners don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. Discipline is what separates winners from everyone else. It's the ability to show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. It's doing the work, even when it's hard. It's pushing through the pain, the discomfort, and the resistance. Discipline is what turns dreams into reality. But discipline requires sacrifice. You can't have it all. You can't spend your nights binge-watching TV and expect to achieve your goals. You can't waste your weekends partying and expect to make progress. Every choice you make is a trade-off. Winners understand this. They know that success requires sacrifice. Maybe it's sacrificing your time, your energy, or your comfort. Maybe it's sacrificing your short-term pleasure for long-term success. But they don't see sacrifice as a burden. They see it as an investment. They know that the short-term pain of discipline is worth the long-term rewards. And let's talk about excuses. We've all made them. I don't have time. I'm too tired. I'll start tomorrow. They sound reasonable, don't they? But here's the truth. Excuses are lies. Lies we tell ourselves to feel better about not taking action. Don't have time? Wake up an hour earlier. Cut out the things that don't matter. Don't have the skills? Start learning. In today's world, there's no excuse for not starting. The resources you need are right at your fingertips. Books, courses, mentors, podcasts, YouTube. There is no reason you can't start right now. Winners don't make excuses, they find solutions. At the end of the day, your life is your story. Every choice you make, every action you take, adds another chapter to that story. What kind of story are you writing? Will it be a story of excuses and missed opportunities? Or will it be a story of triumph, resilience, and relentless pursuit of greatness? The clock is ticking. The world won't wait for you. The question is, will you make time for your dreams, or will you make excuses? The choice is yours. Start now. Rise above the excuses. Embrace the challenges. And create the life you were always meant to live. Be a winner. The clock is ticking.